It's great to have you with us this lovely Monday morning, the 4th of April 2022. It's a Break of Dawn paper review right here on 32 FM. My name is Kenny Durutilu.
Good morning to you. I am Olutayo Ogwade. The papers are here, and we just go straight to the headlines we have from the dailies, starting from Punch newspaper.
The Punch newspaper major story this morning: PDP backs Obasanjo Adeboye's fears over killings. 2023 elections. PDP politicians stole soldier salaries during tenure. That's according to the presidency. Pastor's baby killed his wife. Female members fight over alleged affair with cleric. Ondo suspends NURTW activities. Union stops ticket sales in Lagos. Shaun family opposes Gandhi, alleges AFDB director excluded, demands fresh selection. 2 million people will start receiving 20 billion naira monthly from June. That's according to the federal government. The full list of the 2023 Grammy Awards key winners you can also find in the pages of the Punch newspaper this morning. How police vigilantes rescued kidnapped journalists, others Delta CP. Some of these stories you want to take a look at from the Punch.
I will see some more from Daily Trust newspaper. Is boycotting election an option to solving insecurity in Nigeria? Let's see another one here. Previous census generated controversies due to absence of technology. NPC inside Ogun Court War. Ramadan. That's how NRC ignored warnings and planned attack on Abuja Kaduna train. Abiola's daughter, why I accepted to lead Yaya Bello's presidential campaign. That sounds interesting. Let's see some more. How worshippers were abducted in Ogun Mosque. Only God dethrones Imam. Imam suspended over anti-government sermon speaks. Abductors of Abuja monarch ask family members to sell their house to raise 20 million naira. Insecurity. Buhari's government overwhelmed, but Nigerians must not give up. Obasanjo. More from Daily Trust. Investment in road infrastructure building Nigeria's economy. Buhari. Another one here. Federal government generated 1.25 billion naira IGR in 2021. Nigeria targets 12.4 trillion naira from non-oil commodities. NAPC. Accord Party condemns rising insecurity. Once APC voted out. And last one here, 2023 power belongs to PDP. I'll take it back. Wike.
Out of the Daily Post, bedridden ex-police corporal cries for help over eviction plan by federal government. Gunmen set Osu local government headquarters on fire. In Imo, foreign mercenaries, PDP slams El-Rufai and says APC leaders feel terrorism in Nigeria. Buhari government overwhelmed by insecurity. That's according to Obasanjo. Kaduna, Mokri renews calls for action against Sheikh Gumi after Imam Khalid's suspension. Also, politics still. We will unseat Matawale in Zamfara. That's according to Senator Marafa. Some other stories out of the Daily Post newspaper this morning. 2023 Northerners rooting for South president. That's according to a group. Ondo, Akeredolu bans NURTW over crisis, sets up park management. Still with the Daily Post newspaper this morning, it's missile. Shehu Sani on Pastor Adeboye saying election may not hold. That's a major talking point this morning. I'd like to get some reactions to that one as we go ahead. EFCC confirms arrest of Cubana chief priest. Corruption related, that one. RCCG political department recipe to install bad government. That's according to Pastor Giwa warning there. So of course referring to the 2023 elections.
From Premium Times, my first headline here: terrorist invade Zamfara town, kill many, including Commissioner's son. Grammys 2022, Wizkid, Femi Kuti lose to Angelique Kidjo. Gunmen killed 10 persons, injured 19 during cultural festival in Plateau. Let me take that again. Gunmen killed 10 persons, injured 19 during Cultural Festival in Plateau. Gunmen killed 2 FRSC officials in Anambra. How EFCC tracked down Cubana chief priest. Pastor Adeboye speaks in 2023 election to preferred candidates, orders. What Abuja cleric, Islamic cleric said about Buhari that led to his suspension, you find from Premium Times. Also, we spent over 157 billion naira on Second Niger Bridge so far. Finance Minister Orji Kalu urges APC to zone presidential ticket to Southeast. CBN to penalize banks over deposit of mutilated notes. Train attack, 21 passengers still missing. 7 coaches recovered. EFCC quizzes Cubana chief priest over alleged fraud. Trying Nnamdi Kanu expeditiously or release him. Soludo tells federal government. Ebenezer Obey at 80 reviews his greatest achievement. We'll take our first break.
African giants, nation of the go-getters, home of the proud, woke at all times. Our batteries never die. Everyone has a limit, but you, nothing to you. We are pretty as a picture. We are brave, we are bold. We are the A-Class. Oppo A96 smartphone with Super VOOC fast charging, 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of large storage, and adaptive refresh rate technology. Pre-order and get exclusive gifts and 2 years warranty. Valid to the 3rd of April 2022. Visit any Oppo authorized retail store nationwide. www.opponigeria.com. T's and C's apply. Oppo A96, a perfect choice for the A-Class.
Get up and go, 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 go. With Countdown Choco, go, go, go. Get up and, get up and, get up and go. No matter what you're gonna do, do it. Countdown Choco, by the rich must earn for vitality. Get up and go. Stay strong, save the world, take action. Get up and go.
Cowbell chocolate with Vitarich plus iron.
Uncle Dentist, what be cavities and how Colgate take they protect my teeth from cavities? Shey they use Comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth they cause most tooth pains will be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, take brush every day. The confirmed formula could help keep natural calcium inside our teeth. We could protect them from tooth decay.
Time don't reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate. Because Colgate locks calcium in.
Keeps cavities out.
And the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
Irú èyí ò ṣẹlẹ̀ rí o. Ó mà lé ní mílíọ̀nù kan ènìyàn tí ìjọba ilẹ̀ Canada ti pinnu láti gbà láàyè kó wá gbé kó sì máa ṣiṣẹ́ ní orílẹ̀-èdè náà. Ṣùgbọ́n o, ọ̀lẹ ò lè gbẹ́lu wa làṣà tíjọba ilẹ̀ Canada ń dá. Ẹni tó bá lè ṣiṣẹ́ nìkan ni wọ́n ń wá. Jonathan King Limited ti ṣetán láti ràn ọ́ lọ́wọ́ láti di ọmọ onílẹ̀ lórílẹ̀-èdè náà bí o bá jẹ́ akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́, oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ àbí akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gboyè. Bó sì jẹ́ o fẹ́ lọ kàwé ní orílẹ̀-èdè Canada wà lára orílẹ̀-èdè tó dára tó sì rọjú jùlọ láti kàwé lágbàáyé. O lè jẹ́ akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kó sì tún máa ṣiṣẹ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni àǹfààní owó ìrànwọ́ wà àti ètò ẹ̀yáwó kàwé tí kò lélẹ̀ nú. Tètè lọ gba fọ́ọ̀mù tiẹ̀ ní Jonathan King Limited, Àjàkíní àti Ìkẹfà, Cocoa House, Ìbàdàn. Àjàkíní, God's Grace Plaza, 65 Allen Avenue, Ìkẹjà. Àti The Bronx Bookshop lẹ́bàá Our Saviour's Cathedral, Ìjẹ̀bú Òde.
Ọjọ́ 19 oṣù kẹrin ọdún yìí ni ìforúkọsílẹ̀ yìí ó wá sópin o.
Have you heard? There's a seasoning for every meal, yeah. On the seasoning is full of flavor, yeah. Delicious, tasty, yeah. Mama's happy, no. My hunger. Rich flavor, aroma, delicious, yeah. Mama's happy, the fresh cookie, yeah. Great flavor,
Hunger, Mama's helping hand.
Ẹ jẹ́ n sọ fún yín pa Zainabu bó bá ti jí láàárọ̀ yóò kọ́ jẹun tó dáa. Yóò wá gbé pabambarì lé lórí Didion syrup of hemoglobin vitamin B12. Ara ti mókun ọpọlọ ti jí pépé iṣẹ́ yá.
Lẹ́ òjò.
Káàárọ̀ Zainab. Ìdí nù ti fi máa pegedé lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ rẹ̀.
Jọ̀ọ́ bá náwó mú wéhùn.
Àti pàápàá ń bi eré. Didion syrup of hemoglobin ní èròjà vitamin B12 nínú tí yóò mú kọ́pọlọ àtara rẹ̀ ó jí pépé ní ìgbáradì fún àṣeyọrí tí ọ̀lẹ́gbẹ́ ń gbà gbogbo. Mu ṣíbí méjì Didion péré lójoojúmọ́ pẹ̀lú ṣíbí lásán tàbí kó pòpọ̀ pẹ̀lú ohun mímu ẹlẹ́rìndòdò tó bá fẹ́ràn. Ọ̀yá gbéra ńlẹ̀ bí akọni pẹ̀lú Didion.
To be healthy, strong and active, I say. Take Didion.
Didion syrup of hemoglobin vitamin B12. Agbára tí ń roni lágbára. Ẹ kàwé pélébé inú rẹ̀.
I'm living the life cause I get Tizeti. Hey, kọ́ńbù ẹ̀kú àlejò emú gbòǹgbò ọ̀nà ẹ̀kú àlejò ẹsẹ̀. Ìbàdàn nílé Olúyọ̀lé ẹ̀kú àmójúbà Tizeti Network Limited pẹ̀lú Tizeti. Ìlò omi òjò lẹ́ẹ̀ máa lo ayélujára íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì ní Yàwàlù. Torí pé gbajúgbajà ní iléeṣẹ́ Tizeti Network Limited nídìí ìpèsè ayélujára lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà fún iléeṣẹ́ ńláńlá àti olókoòwò kéékèèké lábẹ́ àbúradà Tizeti. Ẹ lè browse, kẹ́ stream, kẹ́sì tún gbá géèmù bó ṣe wù yín láì níkọ̀sẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ìlànà ẹgbẹ̀lẹ́mùkú data. Kèé máa ṣeré ìwọ ni kó o má sọ̀fànù. 12,500 naira péré lẹ́ẹ̀fì jẹ mùlá data fódìdí oṣù kan gbáko lábẹ́ àbúradà Tizeti. Tẹ́ ẹ bá ti darapọ̀ pẹ̀lú 59,500 naira tí wọ́n fi bá yín gbé kalẹ̀. Tẹ́sí lu ayélujára fódìdí oṣù kan gbáko láì níkọ̀sẹ̀. Ẹ kàn sí wifi.com.ng/oyo. Ẹ sì lè pe 090-8749-3040 090-8749-3040 tàbí kẹ́ ẹ tẹ àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ sí internet@wifi.com.ng. Ayélujára ní Yàwàlù Ọ̀yọ́ ló wà.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
Welcome back from the commercial break. 32 FM 94.9 Breakdown Newspaper Review. I am Olutayo Ogunade.
I'm Kenny Duratilu. We have, of course, with us Professor Oluojedokun with us this morning. Good morning, sir.
Oh, top of the day to you.
Okay. Let's start off with this one. It's been a week since the attack by terrorists on the Abuja-Kaduna rail line and all of that. Lives have been lost. People still unaccounted for as we speak. Passengers yet to be released by their captors and all of that. Yet we haven't seen any punitive measures. Nothing has been said. Okay, the president has spoken, but we haven't seen like any concrete action taken, resignations, stuff like that. What do you make of this and the situation right now?
I'm not sure I agree that the president has spoken, but certainly there was a statement, a plan of action that was released. Beyond that plan of action that was released, beyond the specifics, which are familiar territory, the president has been unable, I'm not going to use the word refused, unable to engage the nation. In fact, do you know that the Obe of Onitsha just narrowly escaped being on that train?
Yeah.
Do you know the tragedy that would have brought about? So, okay, it's a tragedy anyway, whether the Obe of Onitsha was there or not. But nobody really has spoken to the nation. Okay, the Minister of Transport, went around, inspected, and made on-the-cuff remarks. But you made a point. The impunity continues because nobody has taken account, has been accountable. And somebody said when Nigerian football team, Green Eagles, or is it Golden Eagles we call it these days, when they lose their matches, the coach is sacked. But when lives are lost in Nigeria, you understand, it's business as usual. Nobody loses his job. And I think that's part of the problem that we have here. Some would argue that, you rejigged the army chiefs the last time. Do we do it all the time? Well, as long as we have failure, you have to keep on doing it. And then I have to ask a question about my senior, the security advisor. You understand? What is he still doing there? The Minister of Defense, what are they still doing there? Somebody must be accountable, and as you said, we still don't have specific details on those that have kidnapped. We're not even sure of the numbers as we speak, Of course, we know that the 368 is the number that has been bandied around about that.
Right.
But also we had the numbers of 900 and something, you understand? And we don't know which is right, because a lot of times the manifest is not really a reflection of the real numbers of people on the train. So it's a mess. It's a complete mess.
A systemic issue, you think?
Oh, it's a systemic issue. It's systemic. There's also human error, human issues. There's incompetence that is laden into all that. Systemic in the sense that it's quite obvious, you understand, that even our security forces, intelligence forces, you understand, are not looking in the right places. If you have a car, you understand, and it's overheating and that sort of thing, You don't just pour water into it and that sort of thing. You look for the root cause. Why is it overeating? What caused it to overeat? And when there's when there's an attack, you go beyond that attack and say, where next are they going to go? Where are they? Where are they? Where can we get them? There was an attack, as I said, in the international airport 3 days before, and they failed. So it ought to have given you an indication that they were going to try somewhere else. And that's what the intelligence should have been following, the trail. And we don't do that at all.
Questions about proactivity here, especially with the Minister of Transportation saying that he didn't get approval for security technology gadgets that would have, of course, vetted this whole thing possibly, and all of that. What do you make of that?
Yes, he did say that, but you see, some people revealed some memos. I don't know how genuine those memos were to suggest that the companies that were being touted or presented, you understand, there were no full details of the contract specification. The benefits of those companies were in doubt, so we don't know who to believe. But having said that, I think it's irresponsible that we didn't have the security devices or the monitoring devices on this rail track, given the present state of insecurity in Nigeria. I think it's negligence on the part of the government, and I think something should have been done. At the initiative either of the Minister of Transport, who said he tried, and even though they were saying that the contract specifications were not very clear, the government should have gone overboard and prioritized it, because we're going to spend much more money anyway now in dealing with the issue. But as I said again, who takes responsibility when there are failures?
All right, because I have this headline here that the NRC actually ignored warnings on planned attack on the Abuja-Kaduna train. You also just held back on particular, ticket racketeering the other time.
Yes.
The number of persons, the actual persons on the train, and the ticket that got sold just before the takeoff. Excuse me. So, these are things, it's a whole lot of issues that we're battling in this country. And some of the headlines here, too, Nigeria is leading into anarchy, needs help. That's Wike. They also, the story of the foreign mercenaries also, saying the PDP has accused the APC of fueling terrorism. It wasn't our kind of politics. It wasn't this, toxic, until the APC introduced some of these things to our politics. Is that actually true? That's what the PDP is saying.
Well, I'm not sure that APC introduced any toxic element into our politics. I think it was there before. I think PDP has its own share of blame. I think both political parties have some responsibility when it comes to the toxic nature of our politics. Remember during the PDP days that chieftains were being slaughtered left, right, and center. From that point of view, you could actually argue now that during the APC era, it is not the chieftains being slaughtered; it's the Nigerian people. You understand? So there's a change in terms of that. So I don't think shifting of blame is the issue now. I think I would rather the PDP concentrate on what the solutions are, on who should take responsibility. And that's simply not what we are doing. And people will say, do you understand, that restructuring will bail us out of this. So if some part of the country, region of the country, want to leave, Stone Age, you understand, where people slaughter themselves on a daily basis, or fair to them. And if some region wants to live where they have security arrangements, security networks, and life and property are secure, then let them do that, you understand. But let's not nationalize, you understand, violence, from that point of view, because that's what we have now, violence everywhere, because our federal police, you understand, is simply unable to cope. And because the structure, you understand, cannot cope with the fragments of violence that we're getting all over the place.
All right. Bello declares for presidency and veils Zwingina Hafsat Abiola in Hope 2023 campaign. And Abiola is talking here. That's Abiola's daughter. She said, why accepted to lead Yaya Bello's campaign.
Oh, yes, I declare now for president.
I was personally surprised when I saw that.
Yes, I declare now for presidency, and I asked Mr. Tayo to be my director general of my campaign. Of course, it's a joke, you understand. Nobody's going to take that very seriously. He's saying that he's going to make Kogi the example of what he did in Kogi. He's going to, ensure that Nigeria goes down that route. Some will say, God forbid, you understand, because Kogi has its own issues. Of course, I was surprised, you understand. I rated her as a serious character, serious individual, and some will say, what's going on exactly? Is it about money or is it about relevance? What exactly is going on? She's not the only one. We also have Fani Kayode, you understand, who's also stood shoulder to shoulder with the governor. What exactly is he doing there? So anyway, it's before the primaries, isn't it? I think the primaries will reveal the true test of his political strength. But I can say it here now. There are not too many people who are taking him seriously, and that
Hafsat spoke about similarities between her late father and Yaya Bello.
Well, I don't see what the similarities are. You know, the late MKO Abiola was a business Mongol. He achieved in business, made a number of breakthroughs. You understand? He was possibly one of the richest philanthropists during his time, you know, from that point of view. And of course, he tried his hands at politics. He succeeded, but he did not succeed in preserving his life. I really don't see the similarity. This was a young man, you understand? I don't see his track record in terms of business. Well, maybe in terms of number of wives, maybe there's some similarity there. You know, who knows? You know, but I really don't see the similarity. I really don't. Mm-hmm.
Taking back to the politics, Prof, the presidency has come out to say that the PDP politicians, especially the governors under the umbrella of the PDP, has actually stole soldiers' salaries during their tenure. They also accuse the PDP government, that's the presidency now, playing politics of division and hate. On the other hand, of course, the PDP said that parties so disorganized as the APC cannot offer good governance to the nation.
Well, as far as I see, the brick bats going back and forth. What is the manifesto of the PDP? What's the manifesto of the APC? How are we going to get out of this mess? The mathematician turned pastor, you understand, analyzed it and say we're heading towards bankruptcy. Right. That's what we're heading toward. So how are you going to turn the clock back? You see, all this doesn't interest Nigerians mostly. What interests Nigerians is electricity. For the past 4 days, you understand, even though my university is supposed to have a very secure power line, we haven't had power at all, not a wink, not a wink of power at all, you know. There's the issue of petrol. You know, we say it's 162, but we know that God help you if you get it at 162. We have some of the infrastructure. Yes, there's the big items of infrastructure, but in the local areas, where is the infrastructure? What of inflation, you understand? The price of rice, the price of oil, the price of beans. That's what concerns the electorate today. How is the other political party or the political parties involved, how are they going to resolve that issue? And yet then we have the person who should be stabilizing our prices, the governor of Central Bank. We don't know whether he's the one doing it, but certainly a number of vehicles have been purchased in his name. His name is plastered all over the place, and the autonomy of the central bank is in doubt. No wonder we're in a mess, in a financial economic mess, because the hands at the tiller appear to be partisan.
All right, let's talk about Sheikh Nuru Khalid, Chief Imam of Akpo Legislative Quarters, Mosque, Abuja. He's broken his silence on his suspension. You saw the video?
Yes,
and
I saw the video.
What he said about government in Nigeria?
Well, he's speaking the minds of most Nigerians. He hasn't said anything which is extraordinary. He's just really revealing the truth of the suffering and the issues that this government has been unable to cope with. And I think it's an utter disgrace, you understand, that he was suspended or removed from his post. But what do you expect? He's spoken truth to power, and power has reacted. But I say that he's done what any man of God or any man of the cloth or any man, whatever we describe him, would have done under the circumstances. The only difference is that maybe he appears to be being paid by some, you know, government body or something like that. And of course, you know, if it was privately funded, then this issue won't have arisen at all. But I think he spoke the minds of Nigerians. And if the government is serious, they would invite him for a discussion.
It wasn't the only cleric that spoke over the weekend. Adeboye spoke.
Yes.
Paul Adefarasian also spoke
yes.
over the weekend.
Well, I think people are beginning to speak out because the case of Nigeria seems hopeless. The only people that feel that Nigeria is heading on the right track are possibly the Vice President, Femi Adesina, and Garba Shehu. Every other person, even APC members, are crying out loud that Nigeria is not heading in the right direction. I think they need to speak because the people that worship in their churches, the people that worship in their mosques, their congregants, you understand, are hurting at the feel. Do you know that I came across somebody yesterday? You know, I couldn't believe it.
Tell us.
Wednesday was the last time that they hate. Wednesday. The poverty that we are that is being assumed that we're facing in this land is being disguised, you know, by smiles and by a lot of things going on, noise and so on and so forth. But there's a lot of poverty in the land. I haven't heard of such poverty, you know, for a while. I don't think I've even heard of it. And what is the government doing? You know, hardly anything. And that's where we are. And that's why the men of God continue to speak out.
The Sheikh is asking, why should we be bothered about elections? every 4 years or 4 years, when it has produced nothing for us other than recycling, ineptitude, poverty, bad governance.
We have elections because we feel that elections give us an opportunity to change things, to improve things. But if we have elections and the election results have been doctored, and have been transmitted, you understand, then there's no point, you understand. We might as well just have, I don't know what you call it from that point of view. So our elections, we must prove this time around, through our PVCs, through registration, that we can change the narrative and that Nigeria can be what it should be. But so far, elections haven't produced the results that we desire. So it's right to say, question the paradigm of elections, and it's right to say that elections should be reviewed. But my own view is that if we have security of elections, if we have an INEC that is utterly independent, and we don't tamper with the results, then we should get the results that Nigerians deserve.
I'll take you back to the politics once again, Prof. The General Overseer of the RCCG, Pastor E. Adeboye, he said he's not pitching his tent with anyone. He's not endorsing anyone. Usually you have these situations where they're endorsing this person or the other. What do you make of that for a change?
No, well, really, the men of the cloth, or the men of God, as some people describe them as, should not really be pitching their attempts to anybody. All they should do is speak the truth as they see it. Because you see, in a congregation, we have people of different political colorations. We have PDP, APC, ADC, or SDP in a congregation. So you really don't want to be taking sides in that sense, but we want to be speaking the truth as you see it. And so that's the responsible thing for him to do. It may happen that his church member might be going for high office, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's supporting that his church member. Because what if the opponent of the person you're supporting gets into power? You put your church, you put your congregants at a particular disadvantage. I think Pastor Adeboye, a mathematician turned pastor, I think he's done well in analyzing the problem that we face, from that point of view. If we had the responsible government, then the Minister of Finance would have been sacked a long time ago. If we had a responsible government, the CBN governor would have been queried, would have been called into a small room, pulled by the air and find, what are you playing at? But we don't really have a responsible government, many will say, and I will also suggest it. We have a government that is ticking the box, ticking the time, just marking the time rather, trying to get to the end of it. There does not seem to be any discernible form of governance going on in Nigeria at the moment. It's as if we've been left to our devices. It's as if we are living on a wing and a prayer.
Could it be that those he's endorsed in the past haven't failed, haven't lived up to expectation, and now he's probably learned lessons?
Well, it's been alleged that he's endorsed some people in the past, and I think, yes, lessons would have been learned if he indeed. Because endorsing people and then when they fail, you understand, it questions your judgment as a man of God. It questions your judgment. And I think a lot of times people have prophesied on people getting to office, and those people have gotten to office and just simply messed up, So I think, yes, people are being more circumspect. They're being more careful. People thought that Jonathan messed up and that maybe Buhari, you understand, was the Messiah that will right the security, deal with the economy, and restore the stability. And we've got none of those.
They all contributed in bringing Buhari to office. So if you look at religion and elections in Nigeria, there's this historical perspective you can bring to it. But I think people should use their brain now.
Yes.
All right. You can see the biting hunger in the country. Insecurity, palpable tension everywhere. People can't even travel. So people should use their brain now and vote in 2023. That is the last result that we can.
Yes. And when you say use their brain, which means is that if a politician tells me that they're going to turn Nigeria into an El Dorado, do your mathematics, show me the figures, show me the facts. Don't just come and tell me stories. We've heard the stories before, you understand? Tell me the roadmap so that I'll be able to make an informed decision.
Fayoshe's son had to tell his dad, if you have no solution to the problems on ground, don't even attempt it. Don't come near. Some of them just come and speak all the, did I just even say fine grammar? They just come and, and bamboozle the people and they get into office.
Yes.
Somehow.
Yes.
Why do we have conversations like this, but at the end of the day, we're still voting these people.
Well, some of us do it for selfish reasons. Some of us, we follow the crowd. And sometimes even the alternatives are not quite viable, from that point of view. But I would say that the bane of Nigerian politics is the acquisition of power for its sake, not to better the lives of people and not to serve people.
You're listening to 32 32 FM 94.9.
Training, training, training. The Stone Technical College is a government-approved institution in Ibadan. We offer courses from catering and hospitality management, garment making, cosmetology, hairdressing and barbing, bricklaying, block laying and concreting, carpentry and joinery, plumbing and pipe fittings, painting and decoration, engineering in electrical and electrical fittings, ICT and phone repairs. Duration of courses ranges from 3 months to 6 months. Qualifications and requirements for entry are SSCE, GCE, NECO, NCE, graduates, youth corpers, housewives, and everyone who is interested in self-employment. Application forms are available at number 2B, Reverend Aderiola Street, adjacent to Bodija Estate Baptist Church, Adi, Old Bodija, Ibadan. For inquiries, please call Jordans 080-3380-2319 or Oyebode 080-3524-3981. The Stone Technical College. We train to empower the people.
Rise up to the day's breakfast. Yummy. With Mama Doll spread for bread. Yummy. We love this rich and buttery taste. Yummy. We love to have it with our bread. Yummy. Nutritious. Mama Doll spread for bread. We like it. Mama Doll spread for bread. Delicious. Mama Doll spread for bread. We love it. Mama Doll spread for bread.
New Mama Doll spread for bread. It gives you the right nutrients and energy to be your best each new day. New Mama Doll spread for bread. Deliciously nourishing for a bright start.
Hello, where are you?
I'm coming. I'm very close.
Quico, we're going for a full spa session afterwards. My treat.
Spa indeed. You that complained of being broke just last week.
Well, that was before I won a 150,000 naira gift card in the Zenith Better Life promo season 2.
That's right. Zenith Bank is giving away gifts worth 150,000 naira each to 20 lucky customers every 2 weeks in the Zenith Better Life promo season 2. To qualify, open a Zenith Bank account and maintain a minimum of 5,000 naira for a month. Request, collect, and activate your Zenith Bank debit card, physical or virtual. Then register for star 966 hash or Zenith mobile banking. What's more, 5 mega winners also get gifts worth 500,000 naira every quarter. This promo is open to new and existing account holders from February 1st, 2022 to January 31st, 2023. Terms and conditions apply. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Mommy will come and put on the radio set. Don't worry, I'll tell Mommy.
Let me put on my radio set now.
Mommy, please, we want to listen to the Smart Kids Show. It comes up Monday to Friday, 7:15 to 7:45 a.m. So we can prepare our minds for schoolwork.
Okay, Smart Kids Show. I love it too.
Thank you, Mommy.
Oh, yes. 7:15 a.m. to 7:45 a.m. is the time. Mondays through Fridays. Join Auntie Yellow on the Smart Kids Show.
Oh, I wanna build a train track.
àní ò sí níbẹ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ dára lóòótọ́. Yes, no gain saying that education is good. ṣùgbọ́n kí ni ká ti ṣe? What is the fate of a student whose dreams and aspirations are hanging because of higher institution admission? Oríire ti dé. Novelty Polytechnic Kishi Ibadan campus is admitting into a part-time program. Àǹfààní ti ṣí sílẹ̀ gbayawo fún akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ láti kàwé gboyè National Diploma (ND) in courses like computer engineering, computer science, electrical and electronics, statistics, accountancy, business administration, mass communication, graphics and advertisement pẹ̀lú multimedia technology. Novelty Polytechnic Kishi Ibadan campus wà beside Catholic Church Owode Estate, Borehole, Àpáta. Application form is 5,000 naira only. For more information, call 0901-216-4632 tàbí 0912-985-2803 or 0807-437-8737 or send a mail to info@ibadan.noveltypolytechnic.com.ng. Novelty Polytechnic Kishi, ilé-ìwé gíga ti di ìrọ̀rùn.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
All right, the phone lines are open 070550949 08097,949. It's a Break of Dawn paper review. We do have some messages on Facebook. Right here, I have this one from Daniel Ogunwale. It says, in reality, Buhari has performed better than any president in Nigeria. The president has begun the building of Nigerian economy. To build an economy, you need infrastructure, and the president is doing that right now. Nigeria is witnessing infrastructural development. Right there.
009 700949 0705 500949. Hello, good morning.
Hi.
Thank you.
This is okay.
All right, okay.
Good morning, Anthony. Good morning. It's just everybody should use their brain a lot. Always shout about that. Not just in our brain. We should also go into this election devoid of sentiment, ethnic sentiments or whatever. We should seek for the best. And of course, the electoral body, instances where they start to manipulate and write results. It's left to us now to also look at if the Nigerians will also stand and say no to such things. Because enough is enough. We should take this any longer.
All right, thank you. Hello, good morning. The line wasn't clear.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
I am John Joker.
All right, John.
Thank you, Prof. Someone was asking that someone said there's a lot of poverty in the land. Let me, Professor can know what I'm saying, that even in the Second Republic under Chief Shagari, when Nigeria went through all the hardship we call it, it was not as bad as this. Even to the extent that the Minister for Transport, Umaru Diko, came and said that we were yet to see Nigeria go to the dustbin to look for food. Let me tell you about Nigerian economy now. It is the most disastrous government economy-wise that we have had in this country. And if the man is asking why elections should be held every 4 years without any result, he is either directly or indirectly calling for a regime change which the government found offensive. I'm John Njok. I want to be brief.
Thank you, John Njoko. 09009 70949. Another call here. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Fagbemi from Ibadan. I feel the problem we're having is we are not engaging properly. Every time we still continue to say PDP, the government in the past, they have their share blame. They are the ones that have done this. What about the people that are there presently now? Are they not the ones that are supposed to do the right thing? That is why we are not moving forward. They said they should restructure. They didn't listen to people. Then they should do this. They didn't listen to the people. We are still saying people in the past. Some people have done the wrong thing in the past. Is that how to make headway? We should engage these people there. Is it compulsory they should be there? Somebody can take over now. Is it compulsory the president Buhari should be there at all costs? I don't understand this country. Good morning.
Good morning. Prof, who is the chairman of the APC?
Oh, this senator, what's the senator that was governor for?
He used to be in the PDP.
Yeah, he used to be in PDP, and he was once fingered for corruption. No, he wasn't charged, but
so the APC cannot accuse the PDP.
No, they are entwined. They're entwined. They are, what did they say? Somebody was saying 5 leprous fingers of the same hand or something like that.
Hello.
Hello.
That's Chibolage. Hello.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Yeah.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Dr. Dedeku, good morning.
Morning.
Please don't let us be deceiving ourselves. With this current structure, we can't have the positive change like clamoring for. No way to have the positive change we are clamoring for. What did you expect from the structure that doesn't have integrity? What did you expect from the structure that put the whole nation under one tribe? That is why we are appealing to this present administration, rather the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari to do the needful and restructure this country. Without restructuring, there is no way. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Balkis. An audio suspension of the Imam of Akpo Mosque in Abuja demonstrates how freedom of speech is a taboo in Nigeria under the current APC-led administration. So if you had come to the mosque to congratulate Buhari for the killing and kidnapping of passengers, that would have been acceptable. She's asking a question. It's a long one from her, but thank you, Balkis. And audio, let's take this call. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
This is related to Samalele. We should stop looking for excuses by talking about structure. The structure on ground, are we interpreting it to the letter? If you stop this, look, if anybody comes around and starts shouting instruction from now to kingdom come, the ones on ground, are we interpreting it to the letter? Are we using it? Is this structure say we should consume our money? Did this structure say we should perpetrate for that? Did this structure say that we should devalue our currency? Did this structure say that we should not be accountable to the petroleum we sell? We need to sit down and accept that we have made that mistake and do the needful by electing the right people. When we elect the right people and they start amending the structure, we end up getting a very good structure for ourselves. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name?
Yes, my name is Manuel from Felele.
All right, Emmanuel.
I want to believe the present administration under APC, led by President Muhammadu Buhari, I think is one of the kind. Actually, we've not seen a president or an administration as worse as this. I believe there are two types of growth. There's a growth forward, there's a growth backward. This present administration under President Muhammadu Buhari has done well by bringing Nigeria backward. The growth has come. Honestly, I don't even know the adjectives we use to qualify that because they just destroy this country to an extent. Good morning, Mr.
Morning.
Thank you, Manuel. Sulaiman Sharif, we thank you. Deli Alonge, thank you. Daniel Ogunwale, Aderin Rashidat, thank you. These are those who have dropped their comments on Facebook. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. We can hear you.
Yeah, you can't hear me. You are just from Uganda. To me, most times it's like we are making this APC party to be more popular. People are still believing in this man. And I hope you people will stop sometimes criticizing as if nothing is going on well. Good morning.
That's an interesting comment. Far away in Scotland, I think Robert Gustin University, where some students were being lectured, they were said, do not be a failure like Nigeria's Buhari. So I think world all over, don't take my word for it, you understand? People recognize the failure that this government has been. I'm sorry to be able to say that, but that's it. That's the fact.
Okay, we'll take a last call here. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
This is Kolawale talking from Mokemari.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think the government of Buhari has failed totally. I think if you want to give at least 50% pass mark, if you look at infrastructure, you don't want to have economy that doesn't have infrastructure. You see infrastructure coming on, you see train coming on. Have you ever seen that before in any administration in this country before? When you call it failure, it just means that some of us don't understand how a country economy works.
Infrastructure is good, but infrastructure at what cost? Infrastructure on bankruptcy, built on hunger, built on debts, people dying every day, daily, and so on and so forth. So infrastructure is good, but infrastructure is for a purpose for the people and not for the dead.
Okay, that's what we call it a wrap on the Break It Down paper review for today, the 4th of April, 2022. My name is Kenny Durotilu.
Thank you. I am Olutayo Ogunade.